We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so we've got a really interesting set of searches here, all about tornadoes.
Yeah.
And we're calling this a deep dive because we're going to try to go deep on what these searches are telling us about how people are reacting to, the threat of a tornado.
Yeah.
And maybe even how we look for information in general during a weather emergency.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that really stands out to me is just how many of these searches are for really specific places. Like, we see Lake City a bunch of times, Monnet Bay, Jonesboro, Truman, all these places in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Nashville keeps coming up, too.
Yeah, like Lake City.
Right, exactly.
Lake City tornado.
Yeah, so it seems like people are really focused on what's happening in their immediate area.
Yeah, or maybe places they have family or friends.
Right, exactly.
Like they're worried about somebody in a specific spot.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you see a lot of searches with today, yesterday, last night. People need this information right now. They're not just casually looking up stuff about tornadoes in general.
It's very urgent and immediate.
Exactly.
And that makes sense when you think about, if there's a tornado warning.
Right.
You need to know what's happening right now.
Right.
And we see that even more when we look at the types of searches.
Yeah.
Like you said, some of them are really broad, like Arkansas tornado or tornadoes today, just kind of getting the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also see things like wedge tornado.
Uh-huh.
Which is a very specific type of tornado.
Right. And pretty scary one.
Yeah, for people who don't know, a wedge tornado is
it's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. It's wider than it is tall.
Yeah, it's one of those where you just know, something bad is happening.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the wedge tornado.
Nope.
And the fact that people are searching for that specific term means...
They know what they're dealing with.
Yeah, it means they're aware of this really dangerous phenomenon.
Yeah.
And they want to know more about it.
Right. And then you've got all those searches for real-time tracking.
Yeah.
Tornado Tracker Live. Where's the tornado now?
Tornado Map Live.
Live weather. All that stuff.
Yeah, it's like people are glued to their phones or their computers.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay on top of what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it makes you wonder if that's changing the way we think about severe weather.
Uh-huh.
Are we relying more on these live tracking tools than we used to?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Back in the day, you had to wait for the news on TV or the radio.
Right.
Now you've got all this information at your fingertips.
Instantly. And that's got to have some kind of impact.
Right.
And of course, we also see searches for tornado warnings.
Yeah.
Which just emphasizes how important those alerts are.
Right.
And then once the immediate danger is passed,
people want to know what happened.
Yeah, we start to see searches like tornado damage today.
Right.
And then they're looking for local news sources like Kate 8 or News Channel 5 Memphis so they can see the aftermath.
Yeah, it's like the story's not over once the storm is gone.
Right.
People want to know the full impact.
So to recap, it sounds like we have a lot of interest in tornadoes, specifically in Arkansas, particularly around Lake City and Nashville.
Right.
And people want real-time information to stay safe.
Yep.
And then they want to understand the damage after the fact.
That's it in a nutshell.
So what does all this tell us about how we deal with these kinds of events in the digital age? With all this information available instantly, are we better prepared or does it create new challenges? That's something to think about as we wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.